This is Run the Numbers. My name is Jason, and you're watching this Run the Numbers channel video that is part of the warm-up series. So if you're new here and you don't know what that means, I'll tell you right now. That means that you're watching me, yours truly, as I walk and talk through the streets of Los Angeles, California. We're in the beautiful sunshine. It's a little bit bumpy, it can be a little bit noisy, got some noisy birds, got some noisy cars, some other things that make it maybe a little bit tough. Hold on, hopefully you can still hear all the things I'm saying, but that's what makes this nice and fun and enjoyable, something other than what's out there on YouTube, not many others. Want to brave the elements and do something of a walk and talk and have it relate to personal finance. So yes, we're going to talk about great topics on personal finance. I think we have a great one today. Today, we're going to talk about surrounding yourself with the right people. All right, we're going to talk a little bit as to what that can mean in terms of the right people being people that don't exhibit the negative habits or traits or virtues that you're looking to fulfill as they relate to personal finance, of course. And also, we want to mention about how we want to surround ourselves with people that do exhibit the right virtues and habits and traits and maybe even skills and experience that you are looking to bring into your own life as it relates to personal finance. Okay, so for both of those sides of the coin, the things you want to have, the things you don't want to have in the people you surround with. That's the stuff we're going to talk about today. I also, before getting too far into this, want to mention that this is one of the final videos. I think we're into the last week here of the 100 videos challenge. So yes, this is one of 100 videos that I create and publish and do that all for all 100 videos, do it all in 100 days. So yes, quite a fast pace to make all these 100 videos, to make one video a day, publish one video a day roughly for 100 days. And yeah, we're into the final week. So I've been enjoying it. Hopefully you've been enjoying this and all the other content, and it's been helping you on your personal finance journey. That's the whole effort here, is to have all this content made and available quickly to you so that you're helped along on your personal finance journey. All right, with that being covered, let's jump again into our topic, which is surrounding yourself with the right people. So now you might be screaming at the screen here, saying, okay, what exactly does that mean? What's the right people? Of course, it's what it means to you. So you're gonna have to interpret that. You're gonna have to understand what because it's all relating to your personal finance. Of course, this could relate to areas outside of your life, things on all kinds of other levels of things you're trying to improve in your life or just maintain, or however you want to think of living your life. You can put that all into the right spheres that you want to put it into. But I'm putting this into a focus of personal finance. So we want to think through, what does it mean to have the right people as it relates to personal finance? So you want to, as I said, have two sides of the coin. Avoid people, and this doesn't mean that you outright, never have any interaction, or you basically, you want to do your best. And there can be people that do exhibit, negative habits or things that you're trying to avoid. Let's put an example here. So for example, if you're trying to be a bit more frugal, if you're trying to be a bit more disciplined with your expenses, yeah, you might have a group of friends that have a tendency to go on spending sprees, that spend on luxurious items. You could say maybe without displaying financial discipline. There could be all kinds of things where there's just one or several, maybe even many individuals that aren't aligned with, yes, the spending habits that you want to avoid. Okay, so that group of people, yes, you might not want to surround yourself with too much to the point where they're influencing you and your spending habits. So they might not be too close and around to sort of pressure you into, oh, come on out with us, we're going to go out to the bars, to the clubs, and we're going to be having a great night, and it's only going to cost a little bit of money, don't worry, this is few and far between of these kind of occurrences, that kind of thing. Again, you'd want to avoid if that's the financial the financial path that, yes, you're looking to not put forward. Okay, so that's just one example of it. But I mentioned all this to say you can still have people in your life, but you might not want to surround you to the point where, yes, they're affecting your habits. Because they could still be good people, they could still be great friends, and they could be giving you all kinds of, say, personal and maybe even professional advice that are outside of, say, this narrow band of they just don't have great spending habits when it comes to their expenses. But yes, they might be the top salesman at their company, and you want to sort of pick their brain about how to improve your salesmanship and that kind of thing. So I'm just showing one example of, you don't have to completely throw out, you could say, the baby with the bathwater. You don't have to completely isolate various people that you might enjoy or have other reasons to have them surround you, but you might not want them to surround the particular habits that you are trying to avoid. That's my whole point here. That might seem obvious, but of course it's easier said than done, and it's something, of course, to think about, analyze, and say, oh wow, I really didn't have it occur to me just to the exact degree as to how, say, this particular group, as I mentioned, goes out and has reckless spending, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to completely avoid, that element to that potential relationship with the group, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. That's on the side of where you're trying to avoid the negative. Now, as far as trying to attain and attract the positive, and yes, you want to surround yourself with folks that exhibit traits or has particular skills, and you want to sort of almost by osmosis of sorts, you want to pull those in and have that effect and change, and you could say improve the financial behavior that you have, or the financial values, virtues, whatever it may be. So let's give an example here as to, say you want to improve your business. So you might want to join a particular social group of, say, successful entrepreneurs that have had maybe a successful exit of the startup that each member has done. Something like that. There are groups out there, of course, that do that gather various folks, and yeah, you want to try to find your way in. You might want to have something to offer the group that you get yourself into that group, and yes, you then can bounce ideas around, and you can basically get a lot of the patterns that they exhibit and the thinking they go through. You can kind of put as to your thinking that could help. Now, this isn't to say, they're going to have all the solutions and all the things, but I'm just pointing to one particular thing as to it's showing you that, this particular group in a financial sense has something of a level up that you want to attain. So in that sense, yes, my sort of thought here is it's always good to sort of punch above your weight class, which is to say, you want to kind of figure out, who are the folks that maybe are just one step, maybe even you want to be aggressive or a couple steps. Hey, maybe even you have some strategy and you want to be aggressive and they're at like the top of the particular field or the game that you want to go to. And so, yeah, you sort of have your vision on how you surround yourself with those folks that are, a level up or many levels up. And yeah, they, by being around you, sort of give off the tips, the advice, the thinking, the system thinking, all that. It really helps you to just simply be around, you could say, the positive influences that they bring to you financially, or in some business sense, or whatever it is. But let's focus on financial. Okay, so those are the things you want to think through today. Now, again, you might be screaming at the phone going like, this is all obvious. This isn't groundbreaking, but that's the whole point. It's really not meant to be like, oh, here's some secret formula or some life hack of sorts to make sure that you're doing, and it, takes you to some shortcut to get to where you need to go. These are just like the basics that you might need to sort of put top of your brain to think about, and take this as a moment to think through, okay, who's actually the say 5 people that I'm around the most, and why, and am I being surrounded by them and getting the positives that I want? Am I getting too many of the negatives that I want? Is there some way I can change things so that I don't get as much of the negatives, but I can get the positives? Because everybody gives positives, everyone gives negatives, and you can figure out how to do that. Again, I'm not advocating for you to just like completely cut off ties with some people that might be giving off some negatives, but you just simply cut the ties to the negatives, not the person or people. I definitely don't. Oh, I watched this video from Jason and I gotta cut ties with this entire group here. No, don't go to those extremes. This is just to say, just look at the positives of what they bring in the influence, and the negatives that they could bring to the influence, and simply act accordingly to minimize or cut out the negative influence and to maximize the positive influence. Okay, I've probably said that about 5 different ways now, so I'm going to end it here, but hopefully this could, yes, be top of mind, and you could, think through this. Again, maybe somewhat obvious thought that you need to think through carefully how to surround yourself with the right people and those right habits and virtues and traits, all of it that you want. I'm going to leave you there. Gotta run.